this happened back then, and it still happens today, where people would say to me, as I'd run in and deliver product after they had run out of stock on product, they'd say, "Gosh, your product is really great. It's really helping lots of people." Lots of people are like, "Gosh, why wasn't this product around sooner?" And I thought, that is something that every founder, everybody should want to hear about their product, that it's actually, I mean, the word help was actually helping was something that for me, I had never really heard in any other parts of my career, that it was more like, oh, your product, your service is great, we love CNN, we love AOL, but to hear the word help and hear the word, you're changing something that has been really, really hard for me around my health.
It's a very personal
It's a
impact.
very personal impact on people that I thought, this really, I have to keep going.
So you grew it very organically, but was there a point where you just realized, oh my God, I have a big gap in experience here? How did you address that?
Huge gap. I mean, I remember talking to, one of our first stores was Whole Foods here in San Francisco, and I thought, okay, I'm off to the races. I'm in Whole Foods. And then they said, not so fast. There's 10 regions throughout the country. You have to, go and get authorization from all of these regions. You have
Oh,
to, I remember the first time that we were at our first trade show and Whole Foods came by, and one of the buyers said to me from another region, "Oh, do you distribute your product through UNFI?" And I said, which is a big natural foods distributor, but I had no idea who they were. And I said,
uh-huh.
"No, but do you have their phone number? I mean, I'd love to call them." And he said, I have no idea." And he said, "Are you through Cisco?" And I said, "Oh, I've seen their trucks. Do you have a contact that I can contact?" And he said, I have no idea." And so that was, again, that was, really, really hard. But for me, it was also a big puzzle. So then what did I do with that information? I went into, stores, and every time I saw somebody that looked like they, knew what they were doing and stocking shelves, I'd say,
Yeah.
"Do you by any chance have a contact at UNFI or Cisco?" And I just kept networking and keeping notes along the way. And usually they wouldn't give me the person that I was supposed to talk to, but I just kept calling and kept calling, and heard many no's along the way, or I have no idea.
Yeah.
But eventually I was like, I got it. Like I did it. And it was just really exciting. It was like I was uncovering information, maybe my journalism major way back, I was like, yes, I figured it out. So it was really exciting.
So what's the biggest lesson from all that? Would you say persistence is key to leading and growing a company?
I think persistence and not being, I think the concept of there doesn't have to be a beginning and an end, but instead a journey.